We're coming at you with a Sunday video. Rarely do these, but might as well just complete a nice weekend here with a bunch of slips for you guys to sweat for tonight's football slate. Obviously got to move quickly because the games are starting very soon. Decided to record a little bit earlier today so everyone could get a good opportunity to get these picks in before they get bumped. As always, I'm using the best tools from Parlayers, the player prop optimizer and the sharp money tool, basically comparing the lines on PrizePicks to other apps like PrizePicks and major sports books across the market to see where we're getting the best discrepancies and value for an over or an under on a pick. And we also got the sharp money tool where we're comparing it back to peer-to-peer exchanges like Novig and ProfitX, so we could see where very sharp and smart bettors are placing their money. So with that being said, we're gonna get right into the slip here. I don't want to waste too much time. Like I said, games are starting very soon, so see if we could get some good value on the day. Let me just start with the sharp money tool. I'm gonna scroll, see right away, and what I'm liking off bat is this Brandon Miller play in this Hornets game. Assist under 4 is a 53% chance to hit. A nice green play here, minus 102. Now you guys know I love seeing minus on push props, right? These props ending in 0.0, not 0.5. And why do I like these minuses a lot? Well, because the books are basically saying that they're giving us a decent chance for Brandon Miller to not only hit 4 or less, but to hit under 4. So you guys know if he hits 4 on the nose, he ends the game, he gets 4 assists. That pick is gonna gray out instead of just greening out for a cash or redding out for a chalk, right? It's gonna gray out and your slip reverts down to the nearest payout. So we kind of get that insurance if in case he hits 4. And we like the minus here because then the books are saying, look, there's a decent enough chance that he could go for 3 or less assists, which is actually what we're targeting, right? And you see a lot of books here, FanDuel, ESPN Bet, BetOnline, whatever, list goes on, that have minus juice, right? Have minus lines to his under 3.5. So if we could end up getting this in on PrizePicks, would be a great way to start off the slip here. Very good push prop. So they have it live right now. I'm going to check the alternate lines, and this is why you check the alternates. They have his 3.5 assist line also up on PrizePicks for full 1x value, right? Same payout for an over or an under. So why not just take his ceiling projection, the highest projection at 4 assists, right? Because they're telling us, the books are telling us, the tools are telling us that his under is not heavily favored. It's decently favored, but his 4 or less is heavily favored, right? Because we see here, even on Novig, the sharp bettors are offering this line at a plus 152 underdog, a massive plus line. So they're really saying that, look, it's a long shot that he even goes for 5 or more assists. So you want to be on his 4 or under. I want to keep it rolling here on a good note. And right away, like I said, we get a nice NFL play. Finally, a good one on the tool. Novik offering David Montgomery's line in this Lions game. Rush attempts over is a plus 111, right? His over 7.5 plus 111. If sharp bettors are offering this line at plus money, they want to put their own sharp money on his under, which is the favorite direction as said by Parlayers. 53.12%, another green play, minus 133 across the market. And I'm loving this data point from BetOnline here, another good book to use as reference. The under 6.5 is a minus 108. So not only do they have a discrepancy with the 7.5 line, bumping it down, setting his line at 6.5 rush attempts, but they're offering juice for him to go for 6 or less rush attempts. So this is just all the more reason to play this as our first NFL play of the slip. Maybe we get in another one, but I'm loving the 7.5 rush attempts play. We checked the demon lines, nothing crazy. This is beautiful right now. And I even got in some Montgomery play in one of my earlier VIP slips today. So honestly, bit of a surprise that it's still on the board here, considering this data points up, and the over is pretty solid underdog. So we know that the under is going to be the favorite play. So kind of surprised that they still left it on the board for us to grab, but you'll never catch me complaining about that. I got to be honest. I love seeing that. So we're going to get that in. I'm going to refresh the page one more time and I'll check ProfitX. Maybe there's some maybe just a bit of a different taste for any picks here. They have the same Montgomery play, so not that. Maybe the optimizer, I'll go through one more time. You see anything just jumping at me right away. Herbert plays not bad. I keep seeing this play pop up and I think I'm going to have to get this in. So it's going to be Derek Queen from the Pelicans. If you guys know, I believe he's a rookie center for the Pels. He's been on fire as of late, man. He's been putting up some crazy numbers, and even his playmaking is very noticeable here as a center, which is kind of crazy. But I believe Zion might be making an appearance today for the Pelicans It's fine. Zion's not really a playmaker, so I still expect Derek Queen to get his fair share at the 5 spot. Should be a tight contested game against the Bulls. His assist over 4.5 is favored 53.41%, minus 134 to his over. His unders a plus 115 underdog as offered by the sharp bettors on Novik, so they obviously want to be with us on his over. And you see here just across the market, very steady. The weakest point would be a minus 130 on DraftKings. So I mean, that's when that a lot of books are saying, yeah, he's super favored and we should be on his over. So I'll see if Queen's still on the board. He is. We'll check his alternate lines. 3.5 Goblin, nothing on a Demon, so that's decent. And then if you check his last 5, I mean, he's been crushing it the whole last 5. He's been crushing it in his last 5, if this even matters to you. But as I've been telling you guys over and over again, this should not be a decider for you to greenlight a play or not. It's really not good, to be honest. It's not the best data that you could get. You want to be focusing on the tools, on the sharp books, on the major sports books, and then we could just compare it on the optimizer to see if they have it on other apps. They do not, so we know we're getting a good play here on PrizePicks for full value instead of taking it maybe on Underdog Fantasy where they have it discounted, or on Pick 6 where they probably don't even have it offered because it's so favored on his over. So recap, Brandon Miller under 4 assists. He had that 3.5 line also, so we could take the under on his higher projection at 4. David Montgomery, 7.5 rush attempts under. And we know we have Bet Online that are pricing him at 6.5 with some juice for him to finish with 6 or less. So that's a good discrepancy for us. And Derek Queen, all the books favored on his over. He's not offered anywhere else. Then PrizePicks for full value on his over 4.5 assists. And we know that a lot of books have him as a minus 130 or stronger favorite to his over. So this is going to wrap up our nice Sunday slip here for a total of 6x on the slip. As always, I have to mention that I am limited to $5 in this account because I've been slapping PrizePicks so badly that they had to cap me for 5 on each slip I placed. You guys are more than welcome to put more unit size down on these slips. Just do not empty out your whole bankroll on one slip. I'll recap both weekend slips in tomorrow's video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.